Seeing Charlie, Xiao Feng's face was filled with joy and surprise. She ran to Charlie quickly, still grabbing Charlie's arm with both hands as before, and asked delicately, "Brother Charlie, why didn't you come back to the orphanage for so long?" Charlie didn't feel uncomfortable when she was grabbed by her arm. On the contrary, like an older brother, he said with affection, "I have never been mixed up since I went out, so I am embarrassed to return to the orphanage to see you." As soon as Xiaofeng heard this, her big eyes flashed red, and she choked up and said, "Aunt Lena told us that you have been working on a construction site since you went out, and all your hard-earned money was sent to Aunt Lena. Asked Aunt Lena to buy us books, clothes, and food, but you never come back to see me. It has been so many years, and I have never seen you again." With that, Xiaofeng burst into tears and said, "When Aunt Lena was sick, I heard Aunt Lena say that you often visit her, but every time we came you left. You deliberately hide. If you didn't want to see us, you don't know how uncomfortable our brothers and sisters felt." Charlie couldn't help but sigh when he heard this. Since he came out of the orphanage, he really hasn't had a good life. He has been busy working on the construction site before, 365 days a year, 365 days a year, all year round, except for filling his stomach, all the rest is sent. Gave it to Aunt Lena. The reason why he was reluctant to return to the orphanage was because he was too bad at that time. He didn't want these younger brothers and sisters who had not yet entered the society to see him in despair, and then set a bad example for them. Later, he joined the Wilson family and became the famous son-in-law of Orus Hill. He was even more embarrassed to return to the orphanage. Knowing that Aunt Lena was sick, he was more worried than anyone else, and more concerned than anyone else. He was still not as embarrassed, facing the friends in these orphanages. Later, although he had money, he got the Wade family and got 10 billion, and also got the Emgrand group, but the aunt has not been in the orphanage during this time, so he didn't come back. After Charlie had money, he had always thought of donating money to the orphanage. After Aunt Lena came back, he would find a suitable reason and excuse to donate a large sum of money to the orphanage. The reason why he agreed to come with everyone to pick up the dust for Aunt Lena, in addition to wanting to see Aunt Lena, he also wanted to see what kind of method he could use to donate a sum of money to the orphanage without being suspected. It was also the first time that Claire followed Charlie back to the orphanage, so it was also the first time she saw Xiaofeng. While she was surprised by Xiaofeng's youthful beauty, she also felt that Xiaofeng and her husband seemed a little too intimate. However, she soon comforted herself. This little girl saw that the little sister who grew up with Charlie before, regarded Charlie as her own brother, and there was nothing unusual about being intimate. Seeing Xiaofeng's tears, Charlie said, "Xiaofeng, your brother has not been messing well these years. I don't want you to see your brother's desolation, but now it's different. Your brother is doing pretty well now, too. I finally have a face, and I'm back to see you." As he said, he took Claire's hand and said with a smile, "Come on, let me introduce to you, this is your sister-in-law. How is she? Is she beautiful?" Claire was suddenly grabbed by Charlie, and she felt a little nervous. Although she and Charlie have been married for more than 3 years, to be honest, the two did not act too intimately. But she didn't draw her hand back, just let him hold it. Xiaofeng looked at Claire, and a look of envy suddenly appeared in her somewhat sad eyes. Looking at Claire, she couldn't help feeling a little embarrassed. Although she looks good, but compared with Claire, she seems to be a little bit worse. Moreover, she's just an orphan with no father, no mother, and no support. The current work in the orphanage is half work and half charitable, and there is not much money to be made. Even with the limited balance, she, like Charlie, had all donated to the orphanage, so she was a poor girl. In this way, she felt that she was naturally much worse than Claire's career women. With a heart of envy, she said to Claire a little nervously, "Hello sister-in-law, my name is Xiaofeng. We meet for the first time." Claire nodded and said with a smile, "Hello Xiaofeng, my name is Claire." Xiaofeng looked at Claire and exclaimed, "Sister-in-law, I really envy you." After speaking, she glanced at Charlie again, and said, "Envy you to find my brother Charlie such a good man." Charlie suddenly became embarrassed. He thought that Xiaofeng would say that he envied Claire for being beautiful, or envied her for her good figure and good temperament. Unexpectedly, she envied Claire for finding herself. It's worthy of being a younger sister who grew up with her A*. Even if she knew she was poor and white, she still felt very good. When Claire heard this, some of them couldn't laugh or cry. Xiaofeng said very seriously, "Sister-in-law, Charlie brother is the best man in the world. You must treat him well. He has been very responsible since he was a child, taking special care of us brothers and sisters. After leaving the orphanage at the age of 18, he has been working hard on the construction site, and all the money he earned has been given to our younger brothers and sisters to improve our lives and provide for us to study. Back then, the orphanage raised so many people, and only Charlie knows the rewards." One brother. Sister-in-law, tell me, is my brother Charlie the best man in the world?